What's going on, boys? We're back on Carolina Panthers franchise rebuild on Madden 25, dude, and we're psyched out because it is the start of the regular season, man. Last episode, in the first episode, we went over all of the training camp. We went in the preseason, we played a game, and we took care of business. Now is where we make our money. This is where we come out and say, what can the Carolina Panthers do on the football field when it matters the most in the regular season? And I can't wait to see what this team is capable of. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle for this squad, but I believe that we could contend in the NFC South, which really isn't that strong of a conference or division whatsoever, man. But before we get started, if you guys are new here, man, make sure to drop on a like on the video for your boy. Hit that sub button if you aren't already subscribed, man. We're making all sorts of Madden 25, college football 25 content. And hit that noti bell to keep up to date with any future uploads on the channel. And let's get into the video. So it is week 1. We're taking on the New Orleans Saints. We got a division rival matchup right off the rip in week 1 versus a pretty decent Saints team. Now, we have the same offense, much worse defense than them, and -1 overall. So, I mean, we got an uphill battle, but hey, you know, this team's got fight, we got grit, and we got what it takes to hopefully get the job done. One prereq that I took care of was since we launched the series, the day after, 2 days after, they did an update on rookie dev traits. So we went ahead and updated a lot of the rosters. So some of the higher end rookies, essentially anybody like Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., those guys got bumped up to X Factor. And we went ahead and bumped them up. Now, their hidden is gone, unfortunately, by doing that. But, you know, I want it to be realistic. They had a glitch where every single rookie was star dev. So now they are essentially reflective of the updated. So I went through and updated all the first-round rookies to their updated dev traits. So, you know, Rome Odunze's got superstar. Malik Neighbors has superstar. Unfortunately, none of our Panthers rookies got any changes made to them. So we're pretty much in the same position, but the league is reflective. Anybody who's star dev is still at hidden, but the guys that needed to be upgraded, they are now ahead. So it's like Joe Alt, Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, Caleb Williams. There might be like one other lineman, but that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. Time to set a season goal here. And want to be conservative. I think we can win 7 games with this team. I really do. More than that's another conversation, but we do get to choose a draft class. We're going to do auto-generated. That's my favorite way to do it. Auto-generated classes. It's not a hyper-realistic rebuild series, so we're going to go auto-generated and see who we can get in the class. Now, starting out, 3 quarterbacks in the top 5, 2 outside linebackers. There is 2 offensive tackles, and there are 2 more outside linebackers in 8 and 10. And then there's a wide receiver out of Auburn and Chauncey Sanders at number 9. So we will be selecting our scouts this week. We have a media interview, and then we have a game. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at what is going on here on the practice field. What area of the team is weakest? I'd say we got J.C. Horn, Derek Brown on the defense. I'd say our offense is probably the weakest point. I mean, none of our defense is good, but I mean, maybe our run defense, because we have Derek Brown, I guess. Let's go run defense. More specific. Interior of our defensive line. Let's go that. What would a successful season stat look like? Our starting DTs combined for 10 TFLs and 50 tackles. We give up less than 1,300 season rushing yards. Let's go 10 TFLs, 50 tackles. We're going to move Derek Brown to defensive tackle. Right direction. You promised that your starting DTs would combine for 10 TFLs and 50 tackles. We should be able to get that done, boys. So before we assign scouts, let's go into the team. We are going to be making some position changes, boys, on defense. Now, offense is pretty much exactly how we left it in week 1 of the preseason, but defensively, there's going to be some changes made. All right, I feel really, really good about the changes we have made on defense. So we've moved Derek Brown to interior as well as A'Shawn Robinson. Both of them were starting at defensive end. We've moved DJ Johnson from outside linebacker down to defensive end. And we did the same with Jadeveon Clowney. it's up for debate whether we will keep him. We need to go look at the contract situation again. Caleb on Chason and Amari Barno are going to get a chance to kind of play for this outside linebacker spot. We're going to sub him in and out, give him opportunities, see who plays better. Amari Barno's got the speed, but Caleb on Chason has really good speed at 87 versus 92. Not really that comparable, but still good speed, but much better rushing and block shed stats. So they're both 25. We'll give them both a chance. Trevin Wallace is going to start. Shaq Thompson, I think we lose a lot of money by leaving, but we may move on from Josie Jewell. And yeah, I think we're in a great spot. Other than that, obviously the corner situation is bad. But this is your starting week 1 lineup, and that just is what it is, boys. So let's get into it. Leggetti's up to a 74. And Leggetti is going to move up to receiver 2 here. I mean, Grandpa Thielen we cannot get rid of. And honestly, I don't even know if I want him to play. Like, he's decent. But we've got Terrace Marshall and Jonathan Mingo, who are both young players. So, I mean, let's get them involved and see what they can do. So, Adam Thielen is going to play receiver 5. I just don't really want to invest in a player that isn't part of our future. If we are figuring out that Marshall and Mingo are just that terrible, then we won't really use them. But I think this is a good spot. Morale is through the floor. This is because in the preseason, before we simmed, the media wanted me to QB battle Bryce Young versus Andy Dalton. And I went out and said, there is no battle. The job is Bryce Young's. And apparently the team did not appreciate that. And so the morale went through the floor, like -10 morale for everyone. Like, what the fuck? Why is that not appreciated? We're investing in our young star dev quarterback versus 30-year-old Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. So, I mean, it's annoying as hell, but we'll get it back. So, this is your squad for season number 1, game number 1, and let's get our scouts going. All right, we set our scouts, boys, here, focusing primarily on outside linebacker and tackle pretty much across the board. Some defensive end. This one, it says safety is weak. It's fine. It was one of the only really good outside linebacker combos left. We also put 2 stars into wide receiver and corner in the Northeast. There's a top 12 wide receiver there. We want to take a look at a good wide receiver. And then Southeast, we're going again, outside linebacker, offensive tackle. So there's a bunch of good outside linebackers and tackles in the top, 20. Tackles specifically, there's only 2 in the top 10, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 outside linebackers in the top 10. So we're really focusing. That's probably our weakest position, and I think we're going to be in a really good spot to get some good players. So weekly strategy should have some upgrades, and then it is finally time for week 1. DJ Johnson dislocates his shoulder in practice. That's great. His first opportunity to start in week 1. He's already injured. God damn. All right, DJ Wanham might step down and play back or play defensive end this game, to be honest. Got some upgrades here ahead of week number 1, and there we go. JC Horn gets an upgrade, and we got 2 of our young receivers getting upgrades as well. JC going up to an 86. No, temp +1 -2. So he's down a net 1, so he's an 88. +6 tackle on this guy. +1 zone, +1 play rec. What's his tackle up to? Okay, so he had 60 tackle. That goes up to, or he had 61. Goes up to 67. Morale might be a big issue in year 1. Really might. Terrace Marshall goes up to a 73. Some good changes. He's a good-looking player. I mean, I actually think he can develop. It sucks he's normal dev, but Jonathan Mingo as well gets an upgrade, and he's only 23. We have a really young receiving core, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to develop these guys. +3 deep route. Deep route up to natural 80. There's going to be an opportunity for someone to step up. It's just going to be about who actually does it. All right, boys, one thing to touch on first before we get into the game is I am starting the season with gameplay and XP sliders. So gameplay sliders, first off, boys, we are taking a pretty significant hit in the player skills. Starting out pretty conservatively, nothing too crazy low. Remember, we finished the year in Madden 24 last year with having to put run blocking at 0 in order to have any significant challenge running the football. We'll see where we go with 30 this year. And then QB, we also brought the CPU down a little bit, but also boosted them in areas like coverage, wide receiver catching, and then kept some the same. We did boost the fatigue up a bit for players to actually get tired. You know, if you get a really long run, you're probably coming off the field for a rep or two. Injuries are at 12. The injuries are always crazy, so we'll see what 12 does. And then we're keeping penalties right off the rip the same. We are getting rid of intentional grounding. That can just be really funky in years past where you're right on the edge and you throw it away and it'll give you intentional grounding when it really isn't. Illegal contact is also going to be off as well, because when you're playing coverage and you get running in place into a receiver or something and you end up essentially getting called for that, it's just a bullshit thing in Madden. Don't want it in franchise. We removed it. And then for our XP sliders, boys, we're focusing on a really genuine and realistic experience this year when I want to do my franchise, and that starts with XP regression. These sliders I found from a guy named what's his name? Octagonal Gaming on YouTube. Go check him out, man. Let him know in the comments you found him from my video. But sliders looked good. His explanation was really, really clean, and I liked it. So let me hit you with it, man. We're focusing on the young players kind of being the focus of the league. Like in life, most of the top players in the league outside of a few like superstars are 26 to 28 years old, 25 to 28. You know, you look at Jamar Chase, Justin Jeffersons. You look at like Amon-Ra St. Browns. You look at running backs, Breece Halls, Jahmyr Gibbs, outside of Christian McCaffrey, like a lot of the top players, Devon Achane, like Bijan Robinson, young players are taking over the league. And a lot of times in Madden, especially when you play these franchises, the older players end up sticking around for a lot longer than they realistically would. So we have edited the progression of players for quarterbacks to not get so OP. Like Bryce Young's not going to be a 99 overall at the end of 2 seasons. Like that happened with Anthony Richardson. I believe he went from a 70 to a 99 in like 2.5 seasons. That won't happen this year, most likely. We did boost running backs. We nuked receivers, and we boosted everything else. Defensively, everything gets boosted a little bit for progression besides corner. But you will see the ages is where we note the progression. So young players progress at a much higher rate. The stock is 100 for this. So we progress up to 150 times for 21-year-old players. So like Jatavion Sanders, Jonathan Brooks is our rookie running back is going to progress at a very high rate, but then will drop off a cliff, as you'll see from the regression, which we can do by position and by age. But so players after their age 26 season are going to start to get less than the base XP as they progress, which is kind of similar in real life. Once you get to 28, 29, 30, you kind of start to, unless you're a generational type player, you start to kind of fall off a little bit. And then 35, 34-year-olds get pretty much nothing. So like Adam Thielen is not going to get any XP, and you'll see the regression. He's going to regress quickly. As far as regression rate, everything is juiced. Running backs and wide receivers regress extremely quickly, which is the case in real life. A lot less quickly for linemen who usually hang around a little bit longer. Defensively, everyone regresses a little bit higher, but nobody really that crazy. Corners are the highest. And then regression rate starts at age 26 where you regress at a normal rate. This is the stock rate at 100, but then it just picks up as you go. Once you hit 30, you are significantly regressing much, much quicker. So that is going to play a big factor. I don't believe we did that in Madden 24 in either of our franchises, so I think it'll offer a much more realistic experience. I'll keep you guys updated as we make updates to any future sliders. You guys will be the first to know week to week. So that is it for prep. It is game time. Season 1 of Panthers Franchise is here, boys. We're taking on the New Orleans Saints. Let's see if we can get a W the first game of the series. Let's go. We are at Caesars Superdome taking on the New Orleans Saints. And look at the crispy blue jerseys. There is Meatball Smith to lead this team out. And we're looking to make a splash in the NFC in year 1 now. It's going to be difficult. Kate Scott, Brock Howard are the commentators. They did add 2 new sets of commentators in Madden 25, but it's time to lock in, boys. I want to start this year out with a W. The Saints are a pretty good team to draw in week 1. They are not a great team. You know, I mean, there's going to be opportunity here to win this ball game in week 1. There's going to be opportunity. We just need to execute. And here we go. Leggetti back to return the kick. And gets it up to the 28-yard line here. Here comes Bryce Young leading the offense here. Jonathan Brooks, rookie, in the backfield. And before we get started, let's take a look at this Saints squad led by Derek Carr, 75 overall quarterback, Alvin Kamara, and Kendre Miller in the backfield. Wide receiver, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, young A.T. Perry, Cedric Wilson. Tight end, Jawan Johnson. He's played really well recently in real life. And then obviously Swiss Army knife Taysom Hill. Left tackle, the rookie Fuaga. They got Matt Filer, Eric McCoy at center, Cesar Ruiz, and Ryan Ramczyk. Good offensive line. Cameron Jordan still an 87 at 35. Chase Young now a Saint. Forgot about that. 25 years old. And DT Brian Brissy, Milton Williams in the middle. They also got Christian Boyd, the rookie. Outside linebackers, Willie Gay and Jonathan Grenard with Pete Werner as well. They've got Demario Davis in the middle. Corners, Paulson Adebo, Xavier Howard. Marshawn Lattimore is apparently injured. Their number 1 corner is injured. That may be a massive development for us, but they did bring in Xavier Howard. They got the rookie Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alontae Taylor, and then safeties Tyrann Mathieu and Jordan Howden. So really good looking team. And here we go. Jonathan Brooks gets the outside handoff. Blocks downfield. Leggetti get a block. And a big time gain for Brooks down to the 50. And we will tote the rock. We don't mind being a running football team, man. And cannot hit a spin move. Number 6 appeared out of the void. Thielen in the game. Stavion Sanders, Leggetti, and Deontay Johnson. That's intercept. Oh, it's dropped. I thought the Saints were going to pick that. All right, 3rd and 8. Let's pick it up. Jatavion Sanders over the head of Demario Davis. I thought he was going to lurk it. What a pass. Beautiful touch by Bryce Young. What a way to start out. Here's Jonathan Brooks looking for a hole, looking to cut back. Still working and picks up 3. Here we go, outside handoff, and they send a dog blitz off the right side. Brooks is hit at the line of scrimmage. We got another 3rd down here. Oh, man. We're going to have to make something happen. Got a check down here. It's caught! Deontay Johnson! How did he come down with that? We thread the needle with Deontay Johnson. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Look at how long this ball hung in the air. Airborne is Demario Davis. And Johnson cuts right in front of it beautifully. I mean, that couldn't have been any closer, boys. Down to the 1-yard line is Deontay. We're going to try and punch this in with Jonathan Brooks. Give us some push on the interior. Jonathan Brooks pushing for the end zone. He does not get in. And it's going to be another handoff up the middle. We just need push. Give it to me. Brooks, diving touchdown. Jonathan Brooks into the end zone. The first touchdown of his young career. And he opens up the franchise with a score on the first drive. What a play. Multiple 3rd and long conversions. All right, defense coming out here, boys. We got Thompson and what the hell? They reset my depth chart. We reset our depth chart here. Specialists were not taken care of, but Thielen will not be on the field anymore, hopefully. He's not the slot wide receiver anymore. And that's a check down. It hits Jawan Johnson. It hit him in the back. Trevin Wallace, future superstar. At backer, they're going to do a pinball sweep here. Trevin Wallace, meet him in the hole. Pause. Moving outside is Kamara. Check down. It's swatted down. Was that Trevin Wallace? It was. Already making plays. This guy's all over the football field, man. All over.
Here comes the Saints punting unit.
Ligeti gets a return opportunity and gets 5. Let's get back to basics, man. Back out on offense here. And we are playing 6-minute quarters. If it becomes too short, we will ramp it up. But Brooks, get a carry, go north-south, pick up 3. Check down. It's Mingo, and he's going to pick up a first. Jonathan Brooks with a carry. And, dude, I mean, their interior, their defensive line is giving us some trouble. 2nd and 8. Looks like Sanders and Johnson are going deep here. Young making magic. It just swarmed. We never had a chance. Oh, no. Thought he was about to spin out of that and make something happen. Couldn't do it. Now it is 3rd and 22. Deliver a bomb. Johnson. He picks it up. Big handoff. Jonathan Brooks, get out of there. Oh my God, that's terrible run stick by me. I gotta go north-south inside of that slot block. That's terrible. Check down to the outside. It's Ligeti with his first catch. Thread the needle to Ligeti, and he drops it after getting crushed. Great ball placement by Bryce Young, but it's going to be a Panther punt. Let's see if we can pin him. It's got backspin. It backspins. Down to the 11. I thought it was going to hit that Saints dude. Back on defense. Checks down to Camaro, who's going to be in the flat. Goes out of bounds after picking up only 2. Sending a little bit of a blitz off the left side here. He's going to be broken coverage. How is he not open? Get him, Clowney. 4. Shaheed breaks the tackle. No. It's a Saints touchdown. What the hell happened? Oh, my God. I mean, I know we don't have DBs like that, but what? Is Clowney in deep coverage there? What is this? It was cover 3. That's just broken coverage. That corner is supposed to go deep, but Clowney is supposed to have the curl flat. Yet for some reason, Clowney's running with the deep guy. It's just a broken coverage. It's a lack of awareness by the corner. And that is a massive answer score from the New Orleans Saints. Good Lord. 3 minutes left in the half. We got to go get this done. Got to get a return here. Ligeti with a monster return here. Up to the 37. Back on offense here. Brooks. Oh, Sanders cooks. And he picks up the first. 2 minutes to play here in New Orleans. I think we may extend the quarter length as this is a bit short at 6 minutes. Nobody open, throw it away. 2nd down here. Check down to Brooks in the flat. Got to break that tackle, buddy. Come on. I want to get Brooks out. We're going to audible him out to the slot. See if we can fire it into him real quick. Can't. Ball's out! Fumble! No! It's a scoop! Get there, Moten! It's a scoop and score for Willie Gay. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? We give up a scoop and score after a 70-yard bomb touchdown. This could not be going worse right now. Since that first score, we got to get it together. Oh, Elaine! Is that Rashad Penny? Here we go. All right, Bryce Young, first turnover of the season. Not necessarily his fault, but Brooks gonna get it here. Use blocks. Spin move for Brooks. And he picks up a first. There's, who is it? It's Jatavion Sanders, the tight end. And we will take our first time out here with 52 seconds remaining. Brooks heading out to the slot here. He's going to be one-on-one coverage with a defensive end. Cooks him. And that is Brooks, our Swiss Army knife, down to the 16. And we're going our first mesh spot. Sharif, here we go, buddy. That's Sanders. That's just a, it's got to be outside shoulder. He threw it down at his junk. Send Leggetti on a post here. Nobody open. Bryce Young, get out of there. Throw it away. Can't throw it away. You got to be kidding me. You got to get that fucking football out. You got to get the damn football out of your hands, buddy. You might just have to give someone a shot here. Leggetti. And we don't even have time on 4 verticals to get the football out. I threw it immediately. He just runs in completely free. They send a dog blitz. They send 6. Gap. I don't have any time. There's nobody open. It's got to be a 48-yard field goal here. That's just absolutely brutal. It's missed. I missed it. Oh my God! What a what a terrible start. I mean, 7-0 was feeling good. It has not felt good since. That's Kamara, make the tackle. They get the ball at half. It's not a good situation right now for your Panthers. That's a check down. Why the hell is he that open? Hit a big shot. That's my God. It's a one-handed grab by Shaheed. We might have to get a second half comeback. Smith Wade, go block this shit, buddy. It's right through the uprights, right down the middle. 17-7. That's 17 unanswered by the Saints. 1 second left. Let's return this to the house. Now we're actually not gonna take this out. We're gonna try for a bomb here. They're not in prevent. We may have a chance here. Looking Mingo. Got him! Jonathan Mingo! A miracle before halftime! It's in! Touchdown! Let's go, baby! That's why you take your shots! Jonathan Mingo! What a play before half! Come on, baby! What are they thinking? Let's break this play down, boys. You got to be kidding me. Broken. I see him immediately. Outside corner. Sitting way too far down, not backpedaling whatsoever. Mingo's got outside leverage at this point. He's outside corner. He's gone. He's gone. This is completely broken. And then it's just about Mingo just winning the foot race. What a ball by Bryce Young. If he had to do the spin around animation, probably doesn't score there. That is an unbelievable end of the half. And your Panthers have life. What a play. What a play. The Saints cannot believe it. Why were they not in prevent? Back on defense to start the second half. Kamara in motion. We got the sack! It's Clowney! Jadeveon Clowney making an impact. We debated on trading him. We said we want to check him out for week 1, see what he can do, help this team contribute, and gets a sack in week 1. Massive. Now we got to get this. Derek Brown is there. 3rd and 18. Just gotta hang on. Nothing crazy. That's me! Trevin Wallace! User pick! Let's go, baby! Get going! Down to the 18. Let's go, Panthers! And that's how quickly things can change. Shifted quickly for them. Momentum back on our side. Let's get outside with Brooks here. Just got to beat Demario Davis to the edge. Can't, but we do get 3. He's just getting a bunch of 3-yard carries. He had that one 22-yard carry in the beginning. Hasn't really been as dominant lately, but let's see if we can get something going here. We've got blocks. Could not. That's going to be a flag. That might be a late penalty. Unnecessary roughness. Let's go, baby. Tyrann Mathieu Getting a little ahead of himself. Let's try and catch him off guard with a pass play here.
So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal.
Nobody open. Got to throw it away. Chuba. Chuba push! Down at the 1. Maybe should have dived. Didn't want to fumble the football. We're going to go read option here. He's dead. It would have been, either both of us would have been dead. I mean, what is this? What is this blocking? What is this blocking? Up the middle. It's completely, I mean, dude. He just runs straight past. What are you guys doing? Big 63. And it's from the 4, but we have to take 3. We have to take 3. We have to tie this game up. We have to tie this game up. Okay, Trevor Wallace back on the field, dude. This guy, I told you guys, he will be the best linebacker in the league quickly. And that's, I'm cooked. Trying to missed. Go get him. How is that not a sack? But we're going to send a little bit of a blitz here. It's play action. We're behind, and Olave absolutely cooks. Shift the line over to the right here.
Still sticking with the passing game.
We're all over that. We're playing pretty consistent good defense, guys. Like, I'm happy with how the team is playing right now. Just got to do a little bit more. And as soon as I say that, we're going to cut Taysom Hill's legs out from under him. Good tackle, J.C. Horn. But Saints are moving. This is why I wanted to kick the field goal. If we would have went for it, they would have maybe gone 96 yards to the house. So that's wide open. Just make the tackle. Run play here all the way around. We got to go meet him. Got to go. He runs straight past my face. I mean, dude, Trevor Wallace almost had him, but you cannot tackle people from behind in this game, as we saw in that Jonathan Mingo touchdown. Oh, it was their other touchdown. We can't tackle them from behind. Pause. This is a back and forth game. What a week 1 game. I mean, it's been good. We got a lane. Oh, we got a lane. Keep going, Brooks. Going mesh spot. Here we go. We've got a step. We've got a step with Johnson. Deontay Johnson down the sideline. Could not beat him all the way, but he's got it down to the 6-yard line. And Bryce Young, 12 for 18, 273, and a touchdown. Having a good debut to his sophomore campaign. Let's give it to Brooks, see if he can go punch it in. Look at the footwork. Shook that backer. We're going to go left side, and we're going to move Thomas over to the left. Double team. Brooks! House call! The play, the moves work to perfection. Jonathan Brooks, have yourself a day. Oh, I clicked the button. What am I doing? That's out of bounds. I tapped it on accident. Oh, dude. What am I doing? What am I doing? Here we go. They get amazing field position now. Wide open is Rashid Shaheed in the flat. Cannot allow them to just drive down the field and kick a game-winning field goal. We have to get a stop, or they have to score it somewhat quickly. Play action. That's open. Taysom Hill, just make the tackle. That's going to be intercepted. Dane Jackson just out of reach. Trevor Wallace. Trevor Wallace just kept running backwards, completely fooled by the hitch route. This is probably a run play here. It is all the way around. Clowney couldn't get there. I'm there with Wallace. No. He's wide open. He's wide open. It's cover 3. This is right in the zone for our guy in the box, and that is Robinson. He drops all the way over here. Why? Dude, that's your freaking flat. I mean, he would have been standing right next to him. The low overalls in Madden 25, they actually make boneheaded decisions, which makes me think that awareness actually matters in Madden 25. And if you have low awareness or low overall, your guy will just like sometimes completely whiff on coverages, which has happened twice to us. So, Ligeti, return. He's got room around the left side. Closed quickly. 2:50 left in the ball game. Still plenty of time here. Really don't want to give the Saints time back. No. What am I doing? That actually freaked me the fuck out. I thought I just sold the game right there. Check down. It's going to be Johnson. Just got to pick up the first. He does. 4 catches, 116 yards for Deontay Johnson. The best receiver on our team by a mile. Oldest as well by a mile, but besides Grandpa Thielen, but Young has so much space. Bryce Young. Don't want to score too quickly. Screenplay here to Brooks. He's got it. Beautiful footwork by Brooks. And he's just short of the first down marker. There we go. Pick it up with Brooks. Check down to Brooks. He dropped the football. It's not a good throw. Davis was out of position, and we still dropped the football there. We're going mesh spot, 3rd and 10. Let's go. Check down. It's Mingo pushing for the first. Does not get it. It's 4th and 1. I'm going right back to the same play with a minute left. Why the fuck is... Jatavion Sanders wide open in the flat. Stay in bounds. He does not. Brooks, keep going. Spinning off tacklers. Down to the 6. If they bite down on the run, he will probably score here. We're going to eat up probably down to about 20 seconds here. Hubbard. Diving touchdown with 17 seconds. It's all tied up. We're not going for 2. We're playing safe. We're going to give a chance at overtime. 17 seconds to hang on. What a game in week 1. I mean, our series always seem to have hell of games in week 1. Oh, no. No! Make the tackle! They need like 15 yards to be in field goal range. You have got to be kidding. There's no way. There's no way that just happened, bro. Go get him. Tackle him in bounds. 3 seconds. 2. Let's go. Let's go. What clutch coverage downfield. I mean, he had all day to throw. It didn't matter. We're going to overtime in week 1. Let's go, man. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video. It's week 1 overtime. Going tails. Tails never fails. We win the toss. We are receiving the football. We go down and get a touchdown. It's game over, baby. It's game freaking over. Let's go win this ball game right now. All right. Here goes Leggetti. I got to say, 6-minute quarters feel like a pretty good length. Going to get a carry for Jonathan Brooks to start the game out. Upfield. Get out of there, buddy. We're going to go RPO here. Leggetti with the outside leverage here. He's got blocks. Pick up a block from Mingo. Leggetti around the edge. Let's go mesh spot. Sharif. Here we go, buddy. Check down to Sanders. Hit a truck. Broken tackle. Bryce Young, 352 touchdowns. Check down to Mingo's. Open on the RPO. Making people miss. Jonathan Mingo. Still going. Down to the 23. What a run by Jonathan Mingo. I told you, young receivers are going to have a chance to step up, and Mingo has had a hell of a week 1 debut. Brooks with vision. Down to the 10. Let's go win this damn football game. Come on. Score wins the ball game. Jonathan Brooks cuts up diving. Touchdown. Panthers win. Jonathan Brooks. Let's go. Come on, baby. W. What a game! What a thriller in week 1! And Jonathan Brooks is the hero. Holy shit. That is an insane finish and one hell of a game. It really came down to who had the ball last. And we hang on to win what was one of the craziest games ever. We go down 17-7. We battle back to tie it up. Then they score. Then we score. Then they score. Then we score. Go to OT. We get the ball first and score. If things flipped, they could have easily scored and won that game. I mean, what a finish. Let's check out the stats, boys. I don't know about you guys. The sliders feel pretty great. I mean, felt challenging, was competitive, was good. And this is not a great team. In this, the Saints are very comparable to us. So if we play a team like the Chiefs, we'd probably get our ass kicked on these sliders. So Bryce Young went insane. 20 of 30, 373, and 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr, 15 of 20, 248, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, a long pass of 87-70 for Bryce Young. Bryce Young outduels him slightly. Rushing, Jonathan Brooks, 21 of 86, 3 touchdowns on the ground to ice. It's his rookie debut in the NFL and goes for 3 tutties. Kamara, 4 for 10 and a touchdown. They really didn't run the football barely at all. And then receiving, Shaheed cooked us 5 for 128, 2 TDs. Jatavion Sanders was reliable, 5 for 79. Jonathan Brooks, 4 for 42. Mingo, 4 for 111 and a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 4 for 116. 3 for 41 for Olave, 3 for 25 for Kamara, 2 for 36, Taysom Hill. Couple grabs here and there. And then Chuba Hubbard had a screenplay passing or receiving touchdown. Leggetti only 2 for 19. He'll be involved in the future, but just really wasn't that involved this game. Just other guys getting open. Defensively, sack-wise, 1.5 for Chase Young, 1 for Clowney, 1 for Gay, and half for Milton Williams. So they had 3 total sacks. We had 1. Not ideal. And then 1 interception was the user pick by Trevin Wallace. We took really good care of the football, and we get a big-time W here in week 1. We don't win the turnover battle because although we didn't have an interception, we had a fumble. So we tied with them, and they scored over 20 points. So not a big, point total or anything, but a really good week 1 win. Johnny Hecker, the lone upgrade receiver. And that's going to be it for this one, boys. What a massive win and a thriller in week number 1. In week 2, we're taking on the LA Chargers, who are really dismantled their entire receiver room. So we may have a really good chance in that game as well. After that, we take on the Raiders. So we actually have a pretty favorable schedule to start out the season, do we not? Taking on the Chargers, the Raiders. Then we have Bengals, Bears, Falcons, Commanders, Broncos, Saints, Giants. I mean, dude, this is actually not a difficult. This is a very, very winnable game schedule. It gets much harder after the Week 11 bye week. We take on Chiefs, Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys, Bucks again, Falcons, Cardinals. I mean, we might have one of the easier schedules in the NFL, and maybe we could actually surprise some people and make a playoff run this year. So, with that being said, boys, that will be it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the sliders, what you think of the XP sliders. Are you guys excited? Do you feel like these sliders are a good fit, or do you think we should make it even more difficult? Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you guys in week number 2. Appreciate you. Peace.